There is something that struck me about watching Black America again that I feel like I didn't notice the first time I saw it, but that I wanted to kind of reference since this is a film audience. I noticed the image of the monolith, and I immediately thought about 2001, but also what, when I was a kid, I saw 2001. I had to read about like why was this image like a theme in 2001. And when in reading it and reading kind of what it meant, like I was struck by you as a director using that image in the way that you used it. So if you talk about that a little bit, it'd be interesting, I think, your thoughts.
Since he was my student, I'll take his mic. The monoliths came out of, as problematic on many levels socially as America is to me. Shooting films and shooting documentaries have taken me all over the world, and I have to say that America is one of the most beautiful places on the planet. That's on every level. It's a deeply troubling place to be, but it's beautiful and it's humbling. And on my journeys across the United States, actually as a rock climber, I used to go through all these little small towns all over the country: West Texas, the Badlands, Southern California, Oklahoma, Florida, Georgia, and there would be little markers or little bones, little pieces of Black existence, but no markers to remind us that Black people actually attempted to do better for themselves during times of great violence. And one of them is specifically in Bradford, Texas, where brothers and sisters who were formerly enslaved Africans took and walked on the Trail of Tears, and those who weren't abducted by folks working on behalf of the fugitive slave laws, and those who weren't abducted by the Creek Indians, set up by the blessings of the Mexican government, were able to set up a Black homestead community in Bradford, Texas. And it's those little pieces of history that we don't get a chance to ingest and think about, but it's really my nod to Black self-reliance. While I was presenting, somebody came to me at the show and said, "Oh, when I saw that, it looked like a portal. It looked like some Black kid that was in trouble could just jump in there and hide out." And I was like, "Oh, well, there it is. That's the new. It's no longer what I originally intended it to be, right? Which is the beautiful part of cinema and film and art and sharing and community engagement, is that ideas grow. They evolve, and so." That thing, as much as I want to say it's about the thing that I created, it's actually an ever-evolving thing. And in our piece, it basically, when they put Freddie Gray in the back of the police van, they took him in Baltimore what they call a rough ride, which is they put you in the back of the van, they don't lock you down, and they hit corners hard. So ultimately, every corner that they hit, where he ultimately severed his spine and then ultimately passed away, I put a marker for all those corners. It's actually mapped out on the internet. If you just put in Freddie Gray van route, they map it out. They show you where it went before he went to the precinct in Sandtown. So I put the marker in every one of those places where the police van took a rough turn, just to remind us that this is, again, a place where we succumb to systematic violence against our bodies, and ultimately that's become. It's not ironic that every movement that our people have ignited in this country has been very specifically against violence against us.